Let me talk about it. I just want to talk about it. It's another episode of Healthy Discussion. And today's topic, we're talking about food prices. Have your grocery price bills been going all the way up? If so, leave a comments down below. I would like to know, and I want to let you know why it's going to continue to go up. But watch this.
Grocery prices were still up 0.3% from January and up 10.2% from the prior year. Yahoo Finance's Brooke DePalma is here with the details. Brooke, we're always keeping an eye on food inflation here.
Always keeping an eye on food inflation, especially as it continues to hit Americans. But some good news here for many inflation-weary consumers. This is actually the sixth consecutive month that the cost of groceries are rising at a slower rate. So not necessarily seeing a decrease, but rising at a slower rate. So some good news there. This follows the highest increase that we saw in August of 2022. Back then, there was a jump of 13.5%. That was the highest increase since March of 1979, that is. And once again, this month, we're seeing a jump year over year of 10.2%. Now, taking a closer look at the price of groceries in terms of categories, we're seeing numbers mostly up month over month. But as you can see right there, meats, poultry, fish, and eggs, actually a decrease there. Now, that was...
They say it's actually a decrease in meat, poultry, and eggs. I beg to differ. Yahoo Finance, I beg to differ. I believe there's an increase, and the increase that they're telling you about isn't really what's going on. See, they telling you that inflation went up by 9, 10%, 12%, 13%, right? That's a lie. That's a bull-faced lie. You got to ask them the question, well, where did you get your data points from? What data did you collect? Because I know that that's a lie. I did the math the other day. It went up at least by 25%. That's the inflation rate. The same thing as your credit cards. 17 to 33% interest rate. It's the same thing. So, I don't know where they're getting their data from, Yahoo Finance. Thank you, I'm reporting on this. Smash that like button. Let me know what you think. Do you think that it went up by a couple of cents, a couple of percentage, or did it go up damn near by 25 or 30%? If that's the case, then why are people asking for at least a 25 to 30% wage increase? I didn't say a couple of dollars, 25% to 30% wage increase in order to match the current economy's inflationary prices. But let's continue.
Brought down
if you let them tell it,
the cost
let's
of
continue.
eggs, which we'll get to in just a bit, but across the board, we're seeing decreases on breakfast cereal, frozen and refrigerated bakery goods, uncooked beef roast, bacon, and related products down 1.5%, and dried beans, peas, and lentils down 3.2%. Now, increases are flour and prepared flour mixes as the Ukraine-Russia invasion continues to take a toll on that supply chain. Also, in addition to that, pork.
Let me tell y'all what the real problem is. The real problem is simply supply chain. The supply chain has been interrupted, and it's going to be interrupted for a while to come. Read the book, Sold Out. I'm a big advocate for the book Sold Out. It lets you know exactly what's going on. Now, we're currently at war with Israel, Palestine. We're in 2 wars at one time. What you think? It's still a stockpile of goods in California that these truckers have been dying to get, but according to the processes of how they're going, they got to wait on their next shipment, which then their companies are losing money. So the issue is supply chain, but I wanted to make a nice point. The point that I wanted to make is simply this. The point that I wanted to make today is simply that what's driving the food costs too is what's going on overseas with the BRIC nations. Everyone is reassembling their supply chain line from China to Russia to Saudi Arabians to South Africa. All these different unions, that's what they're doing. So wheat and corn is supposed to be the #1 product, right, in all goods, wheat and corn. Smash that like button, put wheat and corn down in the chat down below. Did you know that wheat and corn was the #1 traded product that's in everything? Wheat and corn. So that being the case, If that's going up and the people who own that or mass produce that is charging more, then by default, everything in food, from the shipment to the transportation, to everything is going up alongside with oil. If oil goes up, everything around it goes up. You can't get your groceries, you can't get your goods, you can't get your consumer goods without oil. So if the Saudis own the oil rig, when they're going up, what do you think? Everything is going up. Do you guys think that this is the end of inflation or this is just the beginning? Leave them comments down below. I want to know. I believe that this is just the beginning. We have another waves to see. But let's continue. Listen to Yahoo Finance. Let's see what they're saying.
0.7%. But the real good news here, eggs seeing a bit of relief. Prices there are down 6.7% month over month, but still up 55.4% year over year as the avian flu outbreak continues to take a toll.
So look, if they telling you that it's up, right? And right now it may be down a couple of percentage. You have to learn how to zoom out. Zoom out. Because when you look at it from a macroeconomical point of view, you would really understand what's going on. It's like trading, right? Yeah, you can look at the daily movement, you can look at the weekly movement. But if you really want to get a grip or a sense of what's really going on, just zoom all the way out. Once you begin to zoom all the way out, then you can understand, they say a picture paint 1,000 words. So in order to see that, you would have to zoom out. There's a lot of words in there. You have to zoom out. And currently, the economy, to me, isn't in a good place. From banking closing to inflation to the auto crisis to, guess what? Students having to pay their student loans October 1st. Christmas is coming around the corner. Credit card usage is out the roof. Credit card delinquencies is out the roof. So these things are having dire effect towards the community. Smash that like button if you agree. I just want to talk about it. Can we talk about it? But let's continue.
On the industry, and also something that agriculture economists are keeping a close eye on, especially as we approach the Easter holiday.
And we know that backlog from the avian flu, we know that that's going to persist for a while. So people should temper their expectations on that for sure.
Another
we know that this
jab coming your way.
Increasingly concerned over the economy based on the collapse of Signature Bank and, of course, last week's stronger than expected jobs results as well. What are some trends that you're noticing in this space?
Yeah, well, consumers certainly looking to value, to private labels for value, and also on top of that, perhaps switching up where they're going to the grocery store. And I spoke to a senior partner at McKinsey.
I want to give y'all a fact.
She said specifically,
I wanted to give you a
consumers are
fact.
saying here, I might be unhappy.
Did you know that leading in grocery stores, right? I never knew this. I had to look it up. I said, there's no way. Did you know that Walmart is the #1 producer of groceries? Walmart. I said, whoa. So the mass amount of people go to Walmart for groceries? I don't go to Walmart. I think that's so unhealthy. But this is my opinion. This is a healthy discussion. Can we talk about it? Me personally, I don't go to Walmart. But you afford what you can afford until you get to the next level. But did you know that Walmart is considered the #1 grocery store in the world? I said, I did not know that. Look it up when you get a chance. Remember, don't believe me. Look it up yourself. Look it up yourself. So if they're closing Walmarts in these food deserts, right? Then they shutting on the supply to the common people. Make it make sense. Where are they going to get their grocery food now? The corner store? What? Can we talk about it? Leave them comments down below. Where are they going to get their groceries now if they're going to close all these foods according to theft and XYZ? Bankruptcy, just to name a few, when I naturally think that most companies are going to file for bankruptcy because the consumers don't have money to spend. And if the consumers don't have money to spend, look at what's happening to the banking industry. It's underwater because the module that they built their legacy upon is no longer profitable. Smash that like button if you agree, but let's continue.
About the price of groceries, but I can still spend that money to buy groceries. So we saw in the latest earnings results that Walmart said that high-income shoppers are going to their store amid stubborn inflation. We also heard a similar message from Costco in the latest earnings results, saying that consumers there are switching to their private label. They saw a growth there of 1.5% this past quarter compared to roughly 0.5% in terms of growth in its private label Kirkland brands. They said that people are looking to save money and they're turning to their brand, perhaps not a trade down, but a trade up, they jokingly said. But Target also investing in their private label brand. And also consumers here emphasized before switching baskets. Now that means good news for Dollar Tree, Dollar General, more consumers looking to seek value and perhaps switching where they're getting their full basket, going perhaps half their store shopping at a Kroger, at a Costco, at a Target, and then going to these dollar stores to get the rest of their needs. So certainly lots to watch in the...
So my thing is this, right? If you got to go from one place to then go to another place to put your whole grocery list together, right? Are you considering gas, time and energy that it takes in order for you to get there, right? Does it really make a difference? See, the solution that they gave to me wasn't really a solution. You just go from A to B, okay? Eventually, it's costing you more to do all those things. That doesn't fix the fact that we're having a supply chain issue, that no one's talking about. The things that you most commonly used back in 2020 is no longer even on the shelves. It's 2023, fourth quarter. It's damn near 2024. So what's to come on your shelf is gonna be 10 times more expensive, right? That's why getting your money up is the solution. Having cash, gaining a new skill, making sure that you're challenging yourself on a day-to-day. It's very important, because in 5 years, by 2030, you're gonna really see what's going on, because it's all a game plan, and it's right in front of your face. They already written it out for you. The only thing you have to do is read. That's the only thing you have to do, and figure out how to position yourself in order to be the beneficiary, in order to benefit off of these crises or these infrastructure changes that's guaranteed to happen. From IT to robots to automation to the food to the trucking industry, every industry will be affected by this. I want to know your thoughts. Leave your thoughts down below. What do you think the future may bring? Do you think inflation is going to keep going up as far as your groceries and your common goods? I believe that we're just getting started. On that note, smash a like so I can flow through the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask, so I can give you more updates. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. Sharing is can. You know, make sure that people are aware of what's to come. A lack of preparation creates poor performance, so I much rather you be prepared. That's why I want to make sure that you're aware, and the only way to do that is to have conversations and healthy discussions about these topics. On that note, peace, blessings, and love, and remember, positivity over negativity always.